You've likely heard the standard counsel. Simply don't allow him to get to you to such an extent. Quit being so difficult on yourself. I'm certain she didn't mean anything by it. Or then again, my undisputed top choice. You simply need to figure out how to release things. And keeping in mind that I have presumably that individuals offering guidance like this are benevolent, it misses the greater point. There are frequently amazing mental reasons why we think about things literally. In my work as an analyst, I assist my customers with understanding the center components behind their propensity to think about things literally. Since it's just when you comprehend the inclination to think about things literally that you can move past it for great. You're a social stickler. Social compulsiveness is the point at which you can't stand the possibility of others seeing your imperfections or missteps. At the point when you trust you must be amazing in others' eyes, it drives you to continually stress over others' opinion about you. Also, when you're in the propensity for continually stressing over others' opinion about you, thinking about things literally is practically unavoidable. Being unforgiving and critical with yourself really diminishes execution. In any case, more awful than that, it can prompt a long-lasting propensity for contrary self-talk and all the results that go with it, from tension and low confidence to, yes, you got it, thinking about things too literally. At the point when somebody censures you or gives you troublesome input, a solid propensity for negative self-talk can undoubtedly commandeer your reasoning. Rather than thinking about the mix-up as a detached episode, you wind up making extraordinary or high-contrast translations to yourself. Rather than I need to work more diligently at this part of my work, we reveal to ourselves I'm a failure. Rather than he's baffled in my work, we slip into he's frustrated in me. In the event that you need to quit thinking about things literally, don't sum up a mix-up in conduct to a defect in character. Genuine independence from thinking about things literally comes from eliminating the propensity for negative self-talk through and through, from discovering that you don't really should be no picnic for yourself to remain persuaded and succeed. Methods like psychological rebuilding and self-empathy can help you end the propensity for contrary self-talk, and accordingly, quit taking things personally. You're hesitant to be glad for yourself. Okay, pride. Everyone's number one sin. To some degree, due to Western culture's Christian legacy, numerous individuals grow up accepting that pride is awful, or corrupt even. All things considered, that is the reason Lucifer got tossed out of paradise and why Adam and Eve got ousted from paradise, correct? Appreciating themselves? In reality, I'm not entirely certain. Now, I'm no scholar, simply an unassuming analyst, yet I think actually the transgression of pride comes when you put yourself above others, believing that you're superior to another person. In any case, essentially recognizing your own qualities, goodness, and excellencies. I don't know that is a particularly awful thing. And keeping in mind that I can't address the profound side of things, mentally it's in reality valuable to have a sound feeling of pride in yourself. So how does this identify with thinking about things literally? Be that as it may, here's how things are. It's okay to commit errors. Also, more significantly, it's okay to stress over others' opinion about you. We're social animals, all things considered. Our greatest favorable position as an animal categories is the way that we can organize and cooperate with one another. Furthermore, that capacity relies upon our ability to envision what others are thinking and feeling, including about us. So it's not astonishing that we will in general care very much about others' opinion about us. The self-improvement industry has persuaded us that we shouldn't mind at all others' opinion. This is hogwash. We're essentially social animals. Thinking often about what others believe is important for the bundle. The genuine issue social fussbudgets get into is that they are too hard on themselves for agonizing over others' opinion. On the off chance that you need to mind somewhat less about others' opinion and quit thinking about things so literally, try to be approving of your concerns rather than critical. At the point when you wind up considering others' opinion about you, just advise yourself that it's ordinary and okay to stress over this a little. You utilize negative self-talk as inspiration. A large portion of us grow up discovering that the best way to be effective in life is to pummel ourselves. Also, definitely, this prompts an inconspicuous yet groundbreaking propensity for negative self-talk. Like the military trainer reviling his newcomers to make men out of them, a large number of us receive a comparable mentality toward ourselves. We believe that in case we're intense enough on ourselves, it will propel us to succeed. However, there's a slight issue with this thinking. Thinking about things literally frequently implies you esteem others' assessments to an extreme and your own insufficient. For instance, assume your mate offers a mocking or discourteous remark about you. In case you're in the propensity for continually disclosing to yourself that others are shrewd and fit yet you're imbecilic and feeble, your odds of accepting your mate's remark and disguising it go far up. Then again, on the off chance that you have a solid feeling of pride, in the event that you consistently help yourself to remember your qualities and good characteristics, it will be a lot simpler to say to yourself, wait a second, that is false by any stretch of the imagination. I'm in reality extremely honest and dedicated and never sluggish. Furthermore, accordingly, not pay attention to what your mate said as well or actually. A sound feeling of pride is an amazing protection against low analysis and thinking about things literally. Make a brief period to help yourself to remember your positive and splendid characteristics and you'll see it much simpler to unquestionably oppose out-of-line analysis and studies. You don't have a clue how to be self-assured. A large portion of us are educated since early on that it's imperative to be pleasant, kind, and pleasing and to put others' needs before our own. And afterward we get so fortified for this that we wind up taking it to an extraordinary where we're constantly dealing with others yet never tending to our own needs. This isn't maintainable long haul. Furthermore, one of the numerous side effects of continually denying your own needs by being excessively obliging of others is that you wind up thinking about things literally more regularly than you ought to. Consider the big picture. On the off chance that you are continually putting aside your own needs and dealing with others, what are you showing your own cerebrum the overall significance of yourself versus others? In short, that you don't make any difference. Thus, it truly shouldn't be an unexpected that when you get reprimanded for something, your programmed supposition that will be that they're likely correct and your opinion, feel isn't actually quite significant. Furthermore, it doesn't take a clinician to perceive how this will lead you to think about things literally. The arrangement is to figure out how to be emphatic. Emphaticness is the capacity to request what you need and deny what you don't need, such that is straightforward to your own needs and furthermore aware of others. When you begin figuring out how to be more decisive, you will start to esteem yourself all the more exceptionally. Also, when you do that, you'll see it far simpler to oppose thinking about things literally. You lose all sense of direction in your own accounts. Thinking about things literally generally occurs after we've been condemned. And keeping in mind that it's enticing to see the other individual's words as what hurt us, that is not actually obvious. Around 50 years prior, intellectual researchers at long last approved a hypothesis of feeling that scholars had been attempting to persuade us regarding for over 2,000 years. It's called psychological intervention. Psychological intercession is the possibility that things on the planet don't cause feelings. All things considered, it's our musings about things that influence how we feel. Here's a solid model. You're driving as it were and some person in a red games vehicle zooms past you and cuts you off, compelling you to pummel on your brakes and nearly causing a mishap. Justifiably, you're frantic as damnation. Yet the inquiry is, did the person cutting you off reason your resentment? Actually no. What caused your annoyance was your anecdote about what being cut off implied. This is what I mean. On the off chance that the previously imagined that entered your thoughts in the wake of being cut off was what a twitch. I trust he gets pulled over outrage will probably be your passionate reaction. However, on the off chance that the previously thought to enter your thoughts was oh my God, I might have been slaughtered. Dread may be the prevailing feeling. Thinking about things literally is about the accounts you advise yourself, not the narratives others advise you. An extraordinary method to quit thinking about things so literally is to focus on the narratives you reveal to yourself when you're reprimanded. What's more, if conceivable, change those accounts to be more sensible, or far better, forego recounting stories by any means. Actually quite difficult, obviously, however on a very basic level our propensity to recount stories to ourselves is a propensity. What's more, propensities can generally be adjusted with training and persistence. You invest an excessive amount of energy with some unacceptable individuals. As infants and little kids, we find out about ourselves through individuals around us. At the point when a child grins and her mum grins back at her, she discovers that somebody is there to be receptive to her. At the point when a child hears a parent reveal to them that they're lethargic and nothing but bad, that child begins to consider themselves apathetic and nothing but bad. We are social creatures to our center. In any case, this isn't simply valid for youngsters. As grown-ups, individuals we invested the most energy around impact us more than we'd prefer to concede. That moderator you've tuned into each day for a very long time. You're willfully ignorant in the event that you figure they haven't affected you. That excessively basic sweetheart you've been living with for as far back as 2 years. Do you truly figure your confidence hasn't endured a shot because of being around him for so long? As individuals, we are unfathomably touchy to the impact of others in our lives, particularly the ones we invest the most energy around. Invest all your energy around individuals who disregard you and you will wind up treating yourself a similar way. Truly outstanding, yet here and there hardest things you can do to quit thinking about things literally is to roll out a major improvement in the sort of individuals you consistently invest energy with. Making new companions, cutting off an unfortunate association, or putting limits on poisonous relatives is never going to be simple. However, that doesn't mean it isn't significant. All you require to know. To quit thinking about things literally, you need to comprehend the genuine reasons why you do it. Really, at that time, would you be able to attempt to fix the propensities keeping you stuck? You're a social stickler. You utilize negative self-talk as inspiration. You're reluctant to be glad for yourself. You don't have the foggiest idea how to be confident. You lose all sense of direction in your own accounts. You invest a lot of energy with some unacceptable individuals.